stay with his answer. Why, Charlie?
Count by fives from 5 to 100. The answer is one of those.
I'll tell friends at home. Lots of kids here are saying 95. Everybody have their guess?
95. 95.
95.
95.
Let's take a look.
95.
I did kind of a trial run with my class one time just to kind of see what they could see when I was teaching, so they could give me some feedback, which was really, it helped me because it made me think about like camera placement and practice some of the skills. So that's some of the changes that I've made initially. I would say probably one of the bigger changes for my lessons, I have been adding a lot more technology pieces into my lessons just so that it's easier for the kids at home. There's a lot of great things that we have access to, like Braining Camp and pieces that are digital, and it makes it a lot more seamless when we're teaching on the remote days or when we're doing work synchronously. Other change that I've kind of made it was to add some extra things with technology into my lesson plans. So if there was an area where I could make a slideshow or make something that was a little bit more user-friendly for the kids at home or just easier for them to see, I would incorporate that. Some of the tools like Braining Camp have been a really big success with the kids at home. They've been able to use their digital whiteboards. And I just felt like those were pieces that I naturally could add in, but it did initially take some time to kind of figure out some deliberate planning on that part. But I would definitely say now that I've done it a few weeks, I feel a lot more comfortable. I can expect kind of where I might need to spend a little bit more time with getting the technology together in the morning, so I can plan for that instead of it being kind of overwhelming. So I will say that it definitely has gotten easier and back to normal for me now that I've tried it in the class. I think there obviously are a lot of benefits from synchronous learning, socially and academically. The academics definitely have come to the forefront because students missed so much time last spring. It's given us this opportunity where we can bring them back to kind of a normal schedule and routine, which they're all really, really needing right now. And it's just getting them excited a little bit for something new and something where they can see the other kids again and they can interact and get that instant feedback. They're not waiting and not sitting and doing something over again that maybe they're not understanding, and we can get to them immediately. So I think academically it's changed some things for us so that we can better serve the kids and make them feel a little more successful and have that normal routine again where they can interact with other peers every day versus only a couple days a week.
I like that you get to talk to others. When you do it with the class, the teacher basically tells you more information of what to do, and it makes it easier.
Because you get to learn stuff and you learn more and more.
Raise your hand, or if you're at home, you can.
A microphone.
What did he do, Ethan? He did a microphone.
A microphone.
Yeah. He added the microphone. Very cool.
So my at-home students, the attendance has been really great. The parents have been really good about communicating with me on Seesaw. I make sure to give them plenty of time on the template and telling them, like, these are the times that you have the option of jumping on if you want to participate, and the kids have been excited. Only a few kids here and there haven't been able to get on for different reasons, obviously, and so there's been a lot of excitement, and the kids seem to really be excited to join. They're asking for more opportunities. Even on days that they're here, they're asking, oh, can we see the other kids today? And so that's kind of prompting me to up my game because I think they're starting to be a lot more excited about seeing their other classmates and being a community again. We did some number talks, and they are able to share their answers, get feedback from their peers, and I think they're more excited than just me talking to them or sending a video. They're actually able to talk with their friends and talk with me and get instant feedback. Oh, that's what I need to do, or this is, I love your idea, or how can we change things? So they've seemed to be really excited. They're participating and asking questions, and we kind of did an SOP where we talked about, if you're at home, these are the expectations. If you're at school, these are the expectations, and it seems to be going really well. I think really the only con that I've run into is the obvious. There is going to be technology glitches. There are going to be the inevitable pieces where you start a lesson. My first lesson, the power went out. So it's definitely tough with that piece. Nothing's going to be perfect with technology because we just don't have that kind of control. And so I would say really for me that's been the biggest con. Honestly, it's given me a chance to really talk with the kids about patience and kind of work some of our positivity project in, where we kind of just go with it. We're being flexible, and they've been a lot more understanding this year more than other years. Like, oh, let me just pair this up so that it can be easier for you guys. So they kind of understand that we're trying to make it so it's better for them and easier for them. So they've been really good about being patient if the remote doesn't pair, or if something glitches at home or kicks us out. We just take a breath and move on, and that's been the biggest thing that we've seen, but we kind of have turned it into a positive for us. The biggest advice that I have is just to give yourself some grace and be patient. I kind of was nervous at first because I looked at the camera and I saw these pieces and it really intimidated me. Nicole was great about talking me through some of the pieces and showing me, like, you literally put this cord into your computer, and I'm like, oh. And so it gave me kind of some confidence where I know how to use Google Meets, I know how to do this piece, maybe if I just try. So my biggest advice would be just trust yourself, take baby steps, and do just things that you're comfortable with. I started my first week and only did a read aloud and a number talk, and then the next week I tried again and did like a whole STEM lesson where the kids could interact, and I'm trying to stack pieces in so that it's not as overwhelming. And I think it's just important for you to work with your coaches, work with the kids. The kids were great at providing me feedback. When I did the practice run, I think that was probably the best thing I could do because it gave me a chance to kind of get the glitches. I'm like, oh, the kids need to have this on their iPads, or these pieces need to be done, or they can't hear me. I need to adjust the sounds. So definitely get any support from all of the learning community and work together, and I think it will turn your classroom around into something like even more phenomenal than what's been going on.